As a young woman entering business school in 2012, I didn't know quite what to expect. However, looking back at the experience, it was the most incredible 2 years of my life. However, that's not to say that I was very worried when I initially entered. There were four main themes that I was worried about. Number one was the steep cost. I was not sure if I would be able to, if the investment would be worth it. And even just 1 year out of business school, I've seen the increases in earnings potential, and I haven't looked back at my decision. Number two was the perception of deprioritizing family. I found that in business school, I've met many young parents with young children and even women who've gone through pregnancies, and they were great parents, great teammates, great students. So quickly I've realized that that was not an issue. Number three was the culture. I've heard that business school was very aggressive, overly competitive, and I wasn't sure exactly how I would fit into that environment. However, I realized that everyone in business school was there to really lift each other up and to help each other. And I became aware of some of my weaknesses. For instance, I tended to not speak up in class unless I was 100% sure of the answer. However, by doing that, I missed my chance to speak. And I realized that just through the experience that sometimes it's better to get things done and said rather than waiting for it to be 100% correct. And finally, the confidence gap. There has been lots of studies showing that there's a confidence gap between men and women. So I was worried, was I confident enough to succeed in business school? However, as the co-president of Sloan Women in Management Club, I had the privilege of having two wonderful women, and they were as co-presidents, and they were two of the most confident women I've ever met in my life. And through that experience, being leaders with them, I've myself become inspired to become a better leader. For instance, we had a negotiations workshop where we uncovered some of the common patterns and biases between men and women. For instance, women tend to under-negotiate when it comes to salary, and women also tend to not apply for jobs unless they're 100% qualified, whereas men will apply when they're 50% qualified. And just uncovering patterns like these helped me realize the importance that at the end of the day, I am the advocate for myself. So overall, my experience at Sloan has been incredible, and because of it, I am a much more confident, self-aware leader.